Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ and welcome to my non-spoiler review for Ant-Man and the Wasp, the 20th film in the MCU and the third and final MCU film of 2018. So guys, this is a non-spoiler review, so there will be no spoilers in this video, and be sure that you're commenting with no spoilers in the comments section. Reserve all of that for the spoiler review, which is coming next. So there are a lot of positives and a lot of negatives about this movie, but the first thing I want to start with is actually the characters, because I thought they did really good with all but one character, and I'll get to that in a minute. I want to start with Wasp here because she's really the star of the show in this movie, and this movie made me realize how much I really want a Wasp solo movie. And I really like her character. She's not too funny, but I mean, she wasn't in the first one, and I kind of understand why she's not humorous like everyone else. You know, she's lost her mom, and like they're trying to go get her back. Like, I don't think she needs a reason to be funny. I thought that was good. Now, moving on to Hank Pym. I liked Hank Pym in this movie. What I like about it, though, is this movie kind of touches more on the fact that he has a dark side as opposed to the first one. Like, they mention some things and they show some things that aren't like lighthearted like he was in the first movie. Like, you see that other side to Hank Pym that not even the Ant-Man Prelude comic touches on, and I really like that. Lawrence Fishburne's character was great, and Cassie Lang was probably by far the best character in the movie. I love the actress who plays her, and she probably won't be coming back since they're getting a new actress for Avengers 4 and on, but I really like the kid. She did a good job, and her and Paul Rudd, they had really good on-screen chemistry, and it really felt like they had a father-daughter relationship. I thought that was really good. That girl is a great actress. She has quite a future ahead of her. Now, moving on to the character that I feel they didn't do justice to, and that's Scott Lang. Now, if you watch the first Ant-Man, Scott, I don't want to call him like the most intelligent guy. I mean, he's smart. He has a lot of smart moments, and it's really most of his problem in the first Ant-Man is that he's confused about all, like, the powers and everything, and so he's sitting there just, like, dumbfounded all the time. But in this movie, they made him full-on stupid. Everything he does, like, Wasp will say something and he can play off it in a smart way, but there's nothing he does on his own in this movie that's smart, and that really upset me because, like, I mean, he is smart in the first Ant-Man. It's just the situation he's in. He's not exactly the smartest in that situation. Whereas in this, they just treated him like he's stupid the entire time. I didn't really like that too much. So, yeah, that's actually a perfect segue into my biggest negative of the film while we're still talking about characters, and that's the villain Ghost. I didn't feel she was a strong villain at all, and I'll really touch on her motivation in the spoiler review. But her motivation was really weird, and she was barely in the movie. The scene she was in, she was cool. Her action was great. I love seeing her phase through stuff. The actress did a good job playing her, and her costume, she's intimidating. And I like the fights she has, but I mean, when she's in the movie, because she's really not in the movie as much as you would think she's in the movie. The trailers make it seem like she's in the movie more than she is. A lot like Killmonger and Black Panther. Ghost, the trailers make it seem like she's in the movie a lot, and she's really not. And speaking of trailers, all the cool, like, shrinking and growing, all that stuff, they gave all of that away in the trailer. So all of that stuff I've already seen, and then the new stuff was, I mean, but like a lot of the shrinking and growing was, they tried to like have comedic stuff to it, and they showed all that in the trailers, and then when it happened in the movie, I mean, sure, some of it was funny, but it's not like it was all funny, which leads me into the humor, because the humor, not all of it sticks in this movie. Some of it sticks and some of it doesn't. But there are a lot of really stupid moments. They try to make them funny, and they really don't come off as funny. And I'll touch on those in the spoiler review. But I was just like, at one point in the movie, I was just like this. I was like, oh my god, really? And while we're speaking of annoying moments, let's talk about Wasp's very first fight scene. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but her very first fight scene in the movie is shot so poorly. Like, there's one thing where her and the guy that she's fighting are standing up and they're throwing punches at each other. And the camera's down low, like from the ant perspective, and it's looking up. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's a cool angle, but it's kind of weird because you're looking way up like that. No matter where you're seeing in theater, like, you still have to look up to see what they're doing because the angle, it's like, it was weird. But the most annoying moment that actually made me mad, like, I was like, no, in theater, is that multiple times in that fight, there was shaky cam. Like, there was one thing she was doing where she had, like, grown and, like, punched a guy and he, like, flew over the table and the camera shook. And I thought it was just, like, to follow the action. But no, that happened again. Like, a lot of the times in the fight when she was doing that, the camera was shaking. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is the best we can do? Like, with our modern day budgets, we still get shaky cam. Like, it's like it was handheld or something during that fight, but it was so annoying. And I was like, no, you've got to be kidding me. In theater, it made me so upset. Which then leads to the action, because the action's not all that good. There are some cool action scenes. I love the car chase. That's alright. I say I don't like Wasp's first fight. Ant-Man's fight with Ghost is alright, but basically every other action scene in the film I didn't find that good at all. Which there's actually not too many action scenes in the film, but when they're there, you would expect them to be pretty good. Kind of like Black Panther, where every fight scene I was really engaged, and Infinity War. This one didn't have this one didn't have too many fight scenes where I was like, whoa. But, I mean, the argument to that is that it's smaller scale. It's not grand like those movies. Which, okay, then let's go back to whatever the last small scale one was. Let's go back to Spider-Man Homecoming. The action in that was still really cool, that there was no bad camera work in those. So that excuse is kind of invalid because I don't think it doesn't have anything to do with it being a small scale story. It's just the way it's shot. And it really, really irritated me. Now, there are 2 post-credit scenes in this movie. One of them is, like, hugely important for the future of the MCU. I'm guaranteeing everyone saw it coming. And then the last one is so throwaway. It's actually, like, more throwaway than Shawarma and the Captain America PSA. Mainly because it's not even worth your time to stay there, whereas those 2 are. But, I don't know. If you want, you can stay there. But it's not really important. So guys, that's going to be it for my non-spoiler review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Actually, no, I should give it a grade first, shouldn't I? I'm going to give it a B-, which, that's sad. Like, I gave, Black Panther an A, Infinity War an A+. I don't think I said it in the video, but I did give Infinity War an A+. Ragnarok was an A. And I can't remember what grade I gave Spider-Man, but this is the first movie since Homecoming they really screwed it up. And that might be because it's the second one, but I don't think it is because we saw Guardians 2, and they can make a really good second one. So it's upsetting, but I have to give the movie a B-. So guys, that's going to be it for my non-spoiler review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Leave a like on this video, comment your thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp down below, but remember, no spoilers, and subscribe and click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ as we do try to upload regularly. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys.